the First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Happy Hump Day and or Wednesday to you folks out there. Welcome in to the Wednesday edition of Weather Watchers. I'm meteorologist Ross Muon, joined as always by Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner. Halfway through the work week, Lou. And for there. You, it is
Friday. Yeah, a little abbreviated work week.
Yeah.
To travel, see some family here at the end of this week and spend a little weekend time, and then back at it next week. But we're this close to getting next Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, on the 7th day.
We are, yes. One day away.
One day. And then we're going to have Turkey Day. We're going to get turkey icons.
I was going to say, that's a big deal. You changed the color of the bar, right?
Yep. The
turkey icon.
Inside the business here, you got to change all the looks. We've had a few, things happening. We had Halloween. That was, I guess, the most recent one, right? Halloween. Veterans Day. We had that. But Thanksgiving, you change the color.
Yes.
You got to have that.
Yes.
And that's important.
Well, I guess we've had a couple with the weather impact alerts last week for the cold.
Right.
Those are technically changes.
We've changed color,
but maybe not as exciting for everyone.
But it's so much exciting, very, very exciting, so we can get some real good forecast information. Now, we're already starting to get some growing confidence about what Thursday will look like.
Yeah, a little bit more.
A little bit a clearer picture, even though it's 8 days out. But so we can kind of go into that as we go through our forecast with you here during this stream. So appreciate you being with us. Where are you taking me?
Let's just go out across the First Coast here right now and give you a look at the live current temperatures out there. It's been another pretty warm afternoon. Mm-hmm. 83 in Jax, 78 in Mayport. Now St. Simon's a little bit cooler right there by the water, 73. But for most of us, we topped off in the low to mid 80s yet again here today. Winds remaining rather calm, not only outside right now, but really that's kind of been the story most of the day. The St. Augustine camera is not going to pull up.
Yep. Sometimes you got to give it a beat, but it takes too long to process. But were you looking at Bridge of Lines, or were we looking at the pirate ship?
Pirate ship.
Yes. Used that last night after sunset.
Oh, it was all lit up. I saw
all lit up.
Yes.
Fantastic camera.
Great look.
So we have that because Nights of Lights. We're going to give you a forecast every night for Nights of Lights, as long as it's going on, just because what an awesome thing. And we're Wednesday, still got that midweek vibe going, good weather, almost on the warm side of things until the sun really goes down. You give it a couple hours, and then you might want the light layer. But beautiful night for it in St. Augustine, still rain-free as you go check out all the lights.
And as you're getting into the Christmas spirit, Lou, I did listen to your favorite song.
Which one, the CeeLo Green?
No, just the Christmas song.
The Christmas song.
Yeah.
Chestnuts roasted on the open fire?
Yes, it was the Dan and Shay version. Do you know who Dan and Shay are?
No.
They're a country duo.
Okay. So it's a little more new?
Yes. Yeah, their album came out last year, I think.
Is it a good version?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. I like country music.
Yeah.
Little country Christmas.
I just am...
Red and green flannel.
I'm so skeptical of remakes of classic Christmas songs.
You know how many remakes there are?
I know. Even the classic ones are generally remakes. Even the ones from 1960 you might listen to is probably a remake from something from 1940. I get it.
Like artists just put out like a Christmas album.
For sure.
It's something that you just do kind of.
And then what becomes a part of the vernacular? What becomes a part of the culture? But the Chestnuts... So who's the old? Is it not Gene Autry?
I don't know who actually sings the original.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that. But we will. So stand by. We are monitoring, but we are in the spirit. 96.1 playing those 24/7 Christmas tunes. The best part of my year, one of the best parts of my year, is when that station turns over and plays Christmas music, and then and it's every day until the day after Christmas.
And that shuts off.
And it's like hits you like a sack of bricks. It's right back to adult contemporary. You know what I mean? But the better part of a month, it's just, yes, this is great, 24/7, and the kind of vibes, and then you realize, and then that sack of bricks hits the day after Christmas, like, this is over.
So you don't have to worry about that with SiriusXM. Keeps going through the New Year's holiday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to make that investment. My free trial ran out. I'm a free trial guy.
So frugal over there.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Okay.
I don't listen to music in my car. If it's not Christmas music, it's podcasts. I can't.
A podcast guy.
I'm a big podcast guy.
Like Weather Watchers? Or?
Oh, and now, listen, we've got to tap into being in people's cars on this platform.
Now the issue is that we do talk about what's
on the screen.
Yeah, what's going on the
but
screen.
But if we were told to do it in a more audio-driven format, which we'd have to color it up a little bit. We'd have to figure out how to make it colorful.
Oh, I think you and I are colorful enough as
with our words, so to speak. But
we're like Bob Ross out here.
Yeah,
just painting happy trees,
happy little tree,
happy little squirrels.
There's no such thing as a mistake. Just turn it into a cloud.
Have you ever gone squirrel hunting? We were talking about that earlier.
I have eaten squirrel. I've never squirrel specifically hunted.
Okay.
But I have had a person bring squirrel to my home as a gift.
Alive?
No, it was goner. It was already prepared to, and ate it right there in front of her. So that's the story for another day. Good. Make good with gravy, like great rice and gravy.
Squirrel pot pie. Chef's kiss.
I don't think I won't go back to that. I've done it once, and that was enough.
Okay.
Fog will be a story.
Yes.
I think the next really rest of the work week, the pattern we're in with these kind of mild mornings and kind of damp out there. You notice all the dew and moisture on your windshield or your windows in the drive if you leave your car out in the driveway. That's just the perfect ingredient to get would be our radiational fog vibes. We could get another form, get that advecting fog kind of moving in as well. Could be kind of a twofer as we go tomorrow, because we'll get a lot of moisture moving in from the Gulf side of things. So that does that. But once the sun comes up, atmosphere starts doing its thing, mixing around, and
warms the air.
Yep.
Mixes it a little bit.
Yeah, so the old term burning off, but mixing out, however you want to do it. But then we but right in time for commute. So we could have we say patchy fog, but in patches, some of it could get more dense and you could get quarter-mile visibility less. And that's when we think about commute slowing down. So we'll watch that morning time. But another afternoon, and like one of these late fall, one of the things I always talk about late fall, and then when we're getting into the end of winter and early spring, the precursor to knowing when you're going to have a kind of a warm afternoon is those at least advection fog kind of days. When it's kind of moving, it's like, okay, so we're going to have that foggy morning, meaning it's just one of those rules of thumb. The afternoon's going to probably hit the 80s.
Warm up a good bit.
Warm up pretty good, and the early spring, late fall type of vibes. Great tournament. Got the RSM up on Sea Island this weekend. It's the last of the fall events for the PGA Tour. Then they'll take their kind of break till the first of next year. So a lot of guys up there trying to secure some points, make sure they keep their card as or at least get jockey for their position as they get into the first of next year. Make sure they're good. So pretty cool event. And if you're going to go up, what a beautiful place to watch a golf tournament. And it's never really so it's on a different level, obviously, than the players, right? So you go up there and you're not elbow to elbow. You're not necessarily like fighting people off for position. So you can get pretty good viewing if you're a golf junkie. And there's some pretty good names that'll be up there.
And a meager $7 million purse for the winner.
Yeah.
How will they ever make by this holiday season?
Right. So, yeah, pretty good. They'll be just fine. But interesting field up there for the RSM. Check it out. Davis Love III, he's a legend of the game. He's teeing it up. So we are near or over records in some cases. For Saturday, we've looked at 85. We've looked at 84. We're going to kind of hold their records for a reason. And it's, this time of year, it's tough to get to 85 or 86. So we're kind of holding right at that line of record highs, though, as we get into Saturday. But, the reason for a little bit warmer Saturday, the front approaching is just going to move in some of that warmer air from the south before that front gets here. So those pretty good southwest winds coming in on Saturday. So we'll watch for a little chance of a shower, I suppose. But I know we can get into that in a minute.
I was going to say, you want to take a quick break and then talk about our
our
small, very limited rain chance here?
Let's do it, because it's been a while. All right, stay right there.
Welcome back, folks. The hawk is out. Clearly, so are Lew and I here.
The hawk is out is a new term you learned.
Yeah, it is.
While in your stint in South Carolina.
It's actually the complete opposite of that right now. Apparently, that means it's cold.
The hawk is out. Have you heard that term? But I had not.
I have not either.
It was apparently a co-anchor you worked with up there for a minute.
Well, I figured I was like sick that day at school, in meteorology school, when they covered that terminology. So I'm assuming it's truly a scientific term that I just wasn't in class for.
Yeah. We missed the hawk is out.
Yeah.
But the hawk isn't. It
is not.
If we're referring to cold, it is not. And we don't see that for the foreseeable future. Cold or, even just normal temperatures. We stay above normal. And gosh, look at how the rain kind of over the next 5 days.
And I like that, just like circumference, essentially.
It goes right around the ridge.
Yep.
And so we've got the ridge of high pressure. We're now below, or our deficit is above 9 inches, but we're 9 inches below normal.
That's kind of crazy.
It is. It's a lot, and we need.
And you made I really like the point you made yesterday. Is it's not just the fact that we've been dry the past 3 weeks or the past month and a half, which we have been, but it's adding on to the fact that our wet season here.
Yeah.
August, September, where we can often see tropical systems and tropical rains.
Yeah.
We saw none of that this year, not even the remnants of something coming in.
Yeah.
And we didn't really see all that many afternoon thunderstorms for the back half of the summer and the early part of the fall.
Yeah.
We had some of those nor'easters. I heard Jessica Clark mention it yesterday. We were talking about the fire danger.
Yeah.
That Nassau County is one of the worst spots for it, inland Nassau County, whereas St. Johns County wasn't nearly as bad. And I said, well, we had those nor'easters where those very narrow bands of rain and showers were coming on shore. Yes, St. Augustine, down
Hastings.
Towards like Flagler County even.
Yeah.
You folks saw all that rain. Anyone north of I-10 did not. I mean, everyone across Southeast Georgia were. And
it's also indicative. You remember when we were forecasting those nor'easters, we always would say these are a coastal situation. You get west of 95, you're going to be lucky to get anything, and that's kind of where when we talk about Nassau County, it's really 95 and west, kind of that West Nassau area that's seeing the worst. With that fire risk. So we've been talking about that, and I mean, it certainly we would expect to be running. Really a month to month, maybe not even expecting a deficit, but being dry but it is that lack of rain that we got during what was supposed to be the catch-up time, and just didn't get it, which leads us to the potential for some fire danger. We don't have that third ingredient that would lead to the red flag warnings of the burn bans, which would be strong gusty winds, right? So we do have dry turf. We've got low relative humidities out there, but the kind of the real thing that would trigger something bad would be if we got into one of those situations where we got that real hot, dry west or southwest kind of gusty sort of days where we're getting to that 15, 20, 25.
And Saturday we'll be approaching that. Just under the limit, so to speak.
Yep. So we'll watch, but as we careful with your burns. Don't ever leave them unattended anyway. Smokey Bear would be so pissed, but come and knock on your door. Just like
you don't want to upset old Smokey.
And then what he does is he like crosses his arms with his hands under the biceps like this.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is pushing his big bare, just huge arms up even
looking
more.
swole right in your face.
He's like, "What are you doing with that fire out there? You're not watching it, are you? Huh?"
Do they have those like measuring things here in Florida?
Yeah.
Like I remember that from back home all the time. Like growing up in the mountains, it'd always be like, the smoky meters and like
at the orange,
the yellow, or the orange, and you're like, oh no, we're not going to be able to campfire for camping or something like that.
The Forestry Service would typically be posting that next to their fire towers. You ever been up in a fire tower?
I have, not here.
That's pretty neat.
Good views? Yeah,
great views.
Have you been up in one recently, or?
No, it's been a few years.
Yeah,
and I think they've like a lot of them are getting like shut down or shuttered. But no, I went out to one. We had a season of bad fires. It's been years ago, but it was called the Baldwin Bay Fire, and it was Baldwin, so west side of Duval. And you went out there, and they took me up in the tower, and it was unbelievable to see, just that view of just. Thousands and thousands of acres.
Our fire towers were always on top of the mountains because then you could see out across the whole valley. You had a great view.
What a job. You know, that's your job, is like your full, like you can spend a shift up in the fire tower and just watch, calling some coordinates, I guess.
I guess that's a long day.
That's a long day.
Long day of hopefully
Take a couple
nothing for
of
most folks.
Comic books.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Friday, we should be just another kind of warm, and it's going to be a little bit more humid as we get towards Friday and the weekend. Lou, you kind of touched on, some of the rain chances. We're going to have that front draped across kind of central into southern Georgia. A few stray showers at best there, but I would say 80 to 85% of us on Saturday stay dry. Probably 95 to 100% of us stay dry on Sunday. So there will be a front around. Sometimes that can provide lift, but the dynamics aren't great. The moisture content in the mid-levels of the atmosphere aren't great either. So it's going to be hard-pressed to really produce any rainfall just in general here this weekend.
No, 100%. So you got to look beyond, and then you start thinking, well, when, and we're looking, it might be a past and beyond Thanksgiving. So we're just kind of irrigate responsibly and know your kind of watering cycle. I know we've got restrictions in place as daylight saving time ended, and so those things flip-flop. Lord knows I don't know the specifics. And
for the watering and stuff.
Yeah, it's like if your address ends in a F. Like, what do you mean ends in an F?
You only water on days that end in Y.
Right? What? That's it. What? So, anyway, they're out there. Just don't get caught by the man. You know what I'm talking about? So we got some college football.
Yeah. Might have a few sprinkles in Athens.
I was gonna say that's Chattanooga. That's Charlotte.
Yes, it's Charlotte. The 49ers.
49ers going to go see the Dogs. Ross is just going to be barking.
Let me hear your best bark.
I'm not barking. You can get me to a rooster crow, but I'm not barking. Not like you. You bark at everybody.
Or
and then
a hawk squall.
And you're a low-key Tennessee guy.
I am a low-key Tennessee guy. Yeah, I do like Tennessee.
You like them? I know we're going to we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We got some picks for you in just a moment. But, yeah, that's a great game. Tennessee taking on Florida in the Swamp. Always just a fun one at night. So, yeah, we'll have that. We'll have that to enjoy. And we are going to take a quick break. Mm-hmm. But here's some foreshadowing before we take that break. These are our picks. Do you have an updated record for us after we make our picks? You going to show us?
I do not, but I can pull it up.
Well, we got a break because I'm sure the people streaming along want to know how badly Ross is kicking my backside.
I was going to say, some people call that belt two.
Kirby
Let's
Smart
take the
would
break.
say it. Why don't we write that?
Welcome back in, folks. Currently have a 7-game lead on Lewis here in our pick'ems this season. Now, we'll note we didn't pick in week 12.
Yeah, we forgot.
Because I was not in town. Yeah, we both kind of forgot a little bit. So that was our bye week.
We deserved it. We earned it.
Yeah.
You've been putting the belt on it, and I've been just doing my best to scrap and claw my way back. Hey, but I gained a game, and that's all you can do. This week, I've got an opportunity to gain. I've got an opportunity to lose to, but an opportunity to gain 2 back, and that's what it's going to take. Because we're going to pick until the very end, until we got a national championship. And I'm hoping, just against all hope, that there is something within grasp by the time we at least get to the playoffs. Like Lewis is only 3 games back, maybe, just maybe, but it's going to take some work.
That's where you can make strides.
Yeah,
and we could even do something where like, you get a playoff game, right? That's like
2 points.
2, something like that.
Ooh, now we're talking. Yeah, we got to work out.
Because those games will be worth more, right?
Yep. So here are week 13. We're both going to go Oklahoma over Missouri.
I think the first 2 games pretty easy.
Kind of layups. Yeah. Although Texas, I don't know about Texas. It's just what team shows up. But Arkansas, are they winless in the SEC?
Yeah, they're kind of lost.
They kind of, and Missouri's lost their quarterback. So those 2 seems. But here's where it gets a little interesting, and we're going to go a little different. All right, so we got the fake USC playing Oregon, and I'm going to go with the fake USC.
Surprise. Big Lincoln Riley guy over there, huh?
Southern Cal, love his offenses. Runs a hell of an offense there in Southern Cal.
Yeah.
Watch them all, the West Coast, oh my God, on late, just how I love it.
See, I'm a root for Dan Lanning because him and Oregon just whooped our you-know-what in Happy Valley. I went home for that game.
Smoke and mirrors. Was Penn State that? I mean, smoke and mirrors. I think Southern Cal. I don't know.
I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, it will be.
And the reason we have this on, typically we do SEC games. Put this one on because there's not a whole lot of great SEC matchups this week. Now, one that is, of course, that last game there. You got the Volunteers against the Gators coming into Gainesville in the Swamp. 7:30 kickoff on ABC 25. Lou,
I'm going to go Gators.
You're going Gators.
I'm going Gators because why not?
I think that could easily be a Gator win.
It could.
But it could also be a complete Gator flop, and Tennessee trolls them and rolls them.
It goes with which version of that offense shows up, how they call on the plays, and so we'll see. But so 2 opportunities to either embarrass myself or maybe get back in this thing. Long range forecasting. So we see that front, dry front, kind of riding the ridge up and over. Another area of high pressure settles in, and then there. Tuesday, Wednesday, thinking about your travel. If you're going to go to our nation's midsection, Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, being the busiest travel day, up and down. If you're going out I-10 and then up towards St. Louis or flying, a little soggy. Take the rain gear with you.
Hopefully these all load in. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, this graphic has taken a second, but it's okay. But it processes. It's fine. And then for Wednesday itself, Eastern Seaboard, the Atlantic, your big I-95 drive. Up 77 through Charlotte into West Virginia.
We have any French Canadians in Jax, maybe heading home to Montreal or Quebec City?
I guess it's a good time to try. If I were Canadian, I wouldn't travel on Thanksgiving weekend. I'd wait